In this video, it's service time for Myrtle the Matiz, who's still chirruping away somewhat. Just getting the oil circulating before we drain it. Don't want to get the oil too hot because I use a plastic catch can that's just an old fuel can, and they tend to get very floppy if you get the oil too hot. But similarly, I want there to be enough warmth in the oil that it's nice and loose and all the muck is circulating in it. So I'm going to say that is enough. So stage one, drain the oil. Oh, what a sweet little sump. And there's a drain plug on the back of it, so actually having it up on the ramps is going to help. Otherwise, how are you meant to get that last bit out? God knows. You can see my brand new cat, brand new exhaust system. It's all good. Right, I would guess at a 14. It's been a Japanese inspired car, and I would guess incorrectly. What size is that then? Let's try 17. There we go, 17 it is. Right, let's drop the socket back over here for now. Close enough. That is loosen, I think. Yes. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's coming. Let's see what force this comes out with. Prepare for mess. How well have I done with lining this up? Hey, missed it by miles. Guarantee every car I work on there will be spillage, which is one reason I have cardboard all over the floor, because I just know I will do that. Right, I'll go clean up the sump plug and yeah, get some granules or something for tidying the mess up. It's draining at a nice rate and it's not burning my fingers because it's not that hot, but we shall leave that draining the last bit for a while. Ugh. Another reason for not letting things get too hot is there is the oil filter right underneath the exhaust manifold. So that would get seriously unpleasant. You can see where there's all this muck because I think the cam cover gasket is leaking. It kind of confirms it looks damp on that corner. So I think it's been leaking oil all over the place for quite a while. Let's see if we can get that out. Right, I've managed to get the filter spinning. You'll notice it's slightly damaged just because I've been using a chain wrench, and that one, in fact, I have many different wrenches, but access is quite horrific, and yeah, that exhaust is quite warm. But nonetheless, the drip tray is positioned underneath. I can't illuminate and film this at the same time apparently, or maybe I can. Let's see how much oil we can spill absolutely everywhere. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, it's going in the catch can. Blimey. Oh. Hey. Ooh, that looks old. I don't think that has been changed for a very long time. Poor Myrtle. And this is quite amusing because this is the first time I've ever done any servicing on this car. When I owned this car, you got a servicing package with Halfords, because I went and bought the car in a branch of Halfords because they didn't have proper sales teams in those days. So I've never had to work on this car before now. So yeah, I'm starting to feel sorry for the Halfords people. That is not a fat lot of access. Right, going to find a new filter. Right, new filter has had the seal lubricated, and this is going to be a case of fitting it by feel more than anything. Oh no, straight on. It's difficult to get. You want to do it hand tight, but similarly you want to give it You want to get it quite tight. I have a feeling I've found that filter was loose before the one I've just taken off. Let's try and go under this power steering pipe. No, I can't do that. Very difficult to apply any decent torque and get a good grip on the thing. Which is maybe why it came loose last time. Oh, there we go. I'm not really able to show you any of what's going on because I can't see myself. Right, I've just filled her up with some Comet X Flow that I had sitting on the shelf. Semi-synthetic. Probably could have got away with, or probably should use fully synthetic, but I don't tend to go for massive change intervals anyway. I've disconnected the HT leads because I want to keep an eye on that oil pressure light. There we go, oil pressure light has gone out. I now feel happy enough to connect up the leads again. And just give her a quick run at that. And then we'll check the level again because in all honesty we've got an oil filter to fill up, so the capacity is yeah, we won't have filled it to full despite what the mark says. So there we go, brief flicker from the oil light, but that all sounds good. Get that oil circulating and we'll turn off again. And we'll wait for that to settle and check the level. Meanwhile, I think I'll get on with doing the plugs and the filter. Well, plugs are putting up a bit of a fight, but I managed to get one of them out. It's a bit oily around the thread because I actually felt the need to squirt some penetrating oil down to try and help once I got them cracked off. But yeah, I mean, that's a fairly tired old plug. Now, will this camera focus? Oh yes, there we go. So that is not in the best of health, but that's alright, we've got some new ones to go in. Just make sure we got the right ones. You always want to check your plugs before refitting. BPR 5EY, BPR 5EY, and just do a comparison. They look pretty identical. I'm not going to bother gapping. I think they'll probably be alright as they are. So I shall wang them in. Ooh, air filter definitely on the minging side. But I have a Borgenbeck replacement. Ordered off that old eBay. I do buy a lot of stuff off eBay. I just find that generally stuff seems to be right and seems to fit. Just making sure there's no right or wrong way round. I don't think there is. So we shall pop that in and close the lid back down. Oh blimey. These clips are a bit old, not quite as springy as they once were. There we go. So the air filter is just in that housing there. I haven't got a fuel filter. That's probably a bit remiss of me. I probably should have changed the leads because the leads are quite old, but this is just a basic try and keep a healthy service, so oil being the main thing to do there, but spark plugs are nice and easy to do, so it was worth doing those as well. Let's just check she's nice and happy now. Oh no, we'll check the oil first. So we put my little blanket here. Oh yes, that's going to need a wipe, which I can't do while holding you. I bought a new tripod and the only problem is it's tiny. Always read the description, folks. Yeah, that's going to need a splash of oil, so I'll give her a splash of oil and then we'll have a start up. Woo! That didn't take much. So here we go. Sounds sweet, doesn't she? I have a horrible feeling that squeak is the alternator, but I don't really fancy changing it because it's right down the back of the engine, down there. But it may come to it, but that's the only option. That sounds like I haven't got the air filter back on properly. And while I quite like the noise of that, it is a measured amount of air going into the engine, so let's have another go at that. There we go, much more boring. Let's see how she does on the test drive. And we're also going to go to the tip because I've got bags of rubbish to chuck in the back. Apparently there are better cars to use for a tip run. I should know that. I own one. But nonetheless, we've managed to get several bags in. We'll go for a test drive to the tip. Well, it certainly feels alright. Bit of love for Myrtle. My gosh, this in-car mount is rubbish, even with my new camera. And that's on smooth Welsh roads. Seem to have a perennial battle for trying to find decent in-car mounts for mobile phones. Right, we are back from our test drive and all appears well with little Myrtle. So the next thing I'm going to do is a bit of preventative work here on the sills. Because you can see they're a bit bubbly at the back. It seems solid. So that's good. But I think what I'm going to do is give them a rub down with something just to take some of the worst of it off, and then coat them in Vactan, which I find is useful stuff. So we shall give that a go. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. But there's a lot of bubbling along, so I think I'm going to hasten things up a bit because I'm trying to scrape the bubbles off with a screwdriver at the moment. So I think I'm going to actually attack it with a wire brush and a drill. We'll see what that does. They're definitely solid. A bit softer back here. I need to do a bit more work with the drill bit on that section. Sorry, it's very difficult to see where I'm aiming. So yeah, just in the nick of time, I'd say, but I shall do some more. Well, there we go. Definitely just on the cusp. Might go over it again with a screwdriver just to get rid of some flaky bits. But yeah, just in time. I might also get the car in the air so we can get underneath, because presumably the rear side of this isn't looking too pretty either. This is where access to a 4-post lift comes in useful, but I don't have access to a 4-post lift. But the question is, how brave am I feeling? Because there's some particularly pleasant bubbling here as well. But I suspect that might go into a hole. But oh yeah, I can feel the mud packed against the inside of that. Might have to take her out and give her a good blast with a hose, get all that muck out. So there's where we're at. We've got some shiny metal going on at this end. We scraped all the loose paint away and got rid of any hidden moisture underneath the paint. So now it's all dry. And now we shall give it a coat of Vactan, which is a rust converter. Even though most of the rust has gone, there is still some. We haven't got it completely shiny bare metal. So we shall apply that, and then we shall put some zinc primer over the top, I think. And you know, eventually it'd be nice to get a colour match, but let's not go crazy, eh? This is Hubnut after all. And there we go, that's the Vactan painted on, the rust converter, and I now need to leave that to cure. That'll cure to a black finish. I have found that that is not good enough on its own. You do need to put some paint over the top of it, so I'll go zinc primer after that, I think. And on the inside of the sill I might go for a coat of wax over the zinc primer, because I don't really care too much about the finish. So there we go, that should hopefully improve matters. Yeah, it's not great on this side either, to be honest. Again though, I think I've just about caught it before it's gone through. Yeah, see it's a bit weak there, but you give it a prod and the screwdriver doesn't go through. So what's good enough for my screwdriver is good enough for the MOT man. And I mean, it's MOT'd anyway, but still I'm thinking ahead longer term. Yeah, we shall give that a coat of Vactan as well. But as I've now got to wait for that, and I'd rather get more videos out, I'm going to say that'll do for this one. So Myrtle's had a service, she's had a fine drive, and now she's waiting to dry, so she will hopefully be a bit more solid. I shall say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Don't forget to visit the shop where you can support Hubnut, and I shall see you in a future video.